Okay, welcome back to day 2 of 4. We're back here. We just installed the primer yesterday. So I'm walking around on the floor. You can see, you can probably see in the reflection. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but it's a little patchy, which is what you should get with the primer. I mean, it kind of soaks in differently depending on what area you're in. So what was important is that we diamond grind the floor down to clean white concrete, got a good scratch on the floor, and got our prime coat down. So now today we're going to do the second coat, which is our intermediate coat of the 707, which is 100% solids epoxy, and then we're going to broadcast the flake into that. So that's what you're going to see today. Today's going to go much quicker than yesterday, and I'm going to set this up once we get going here. Okay, so now we're getting set to mix up the 707 and apply the intermediate coat with the flakes on top of it. One thing I did want to say is, one, if you like what you're watching, please subscribe. That helps us out a lot. Two, all of the products you see are available on our online store, concretefloorsolutions.net. And this is the 500 square foot kit that's on our store. We have 4 kits to do 2,000 square feet. Okay, so easy mix, pour B into A. It's all included in the bucket so you don't mix it up. This is great for contractors, by the way. If you deal with different ratio materials, it's kind of hard to keep track of how you're supposed to mix it. This is simple. I mean, it comes in the same bucket, you pour it right in, you mix it up. It's foolproof. Show you inside the bucket again. I know I did this on the last video, but I want you to see the consistency of this. Yesterday was much thinner material. This is much thicker. Now this is 100% solids epoxy. Yesterday was 93%, which is because you want it thinner to penetrate into the concrete. So this is just a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna finish mixing this up. Pour it out. You want to make sure you work these edges really good too. All right, now I'm going to set this up on time lapse, let you look at us pour this out and squeegee it. Okay, so I poured a ribbon of epoxy along that front wall. I squeegeed out on the left side there. Jeff back rolled it, mixed up another unit, did the right side, went a little heavy over that belt that I installed yesterday, which was the problem joint. Now I squeegeed everything out. Jeff is rolling perpendicular. I'm also throwing the flakes in the background. My battery died here, so I reset the camera so you miss some flaking. Now pouring out the last kit there, squeegeeing it out. Jeff's going to back roll it, and then I'm going to flake that. And I will give a close-up when we're done here so you can see what the flakes look like. So I want to record a little bit of this real time so you can see me throwing the flakes here. I'm just going to throw the flakes in here. Once I get this area covered, I'm going to go back over the whole floor and look for bare spots. Jeff is actually going to stand up above there and look down and see if there's anything blatantly obvious that I mixed. So I'm just going to throw some out here. So again, when you throw these flakes, you want to make sure you throw them up in the air and let them shower down. If you don't, you're going to get clumps all over the place. All right, so now I went over the whole floor once. I'm gonna flip this camera around, I'll show you what we're looking at. And then I'm just gonna go out, walk over the whole thing again, just look for areas that might be light. Okay, so this is what we have. Walking around, it looks pretty darn consistent. I'm sure there's gonna be some areas that are lighter than others. It's funny how glare and shadows play a big role in what a floor looks like, because right there it looks funny, but it's light. So looking down the hallway here, it looks pretty darn consistent, I have to say. And we're gonna get sun glare from the right, because there's sun coming in from all those windows. Walking across here, pretty consistent. Maybe a little light in that corner, I'll come back out for that. It's very dark at the end of these hallways, which makes it a little difficult when you're trying to throw flakes because you can't see what you're doing. Definitely looks light there. Now we're putting a clear coat on this tomorrow, and then on Saturday we're going to be doing a polyurethane coat on top of that for scratch resistance. So I'm going to set this up again on time lapse. You can watch me go around in detail. Jeff's my eye in the sky there. He's going to tell me if I miss anything. So let me set this up for you now. Okay, so we just got done flaking. I'm gonna flip this camera around and kind of get you out there a little bit so you can see maybe what it looks like. Tomorrow we're doing the first clear coat, which is 100% solids UV resistant epoxy clear coat. Saturday we're going to be doing a polyurethane clear coat. So I'll flip this around and you can take a look. Okay, so you can see we overflaked obviously, so there's flakes all around the perimeter. We're going to vacuum those out. But now you can see what the surface looks like. So the light gray base coat is the fourth color of this floor. So it's white, black, like a maroonish color, and then the light gray epoxy. So that's what we have. So tomorrow I'll walk you around, I'll show you the rest of it. Thanks for tuning in for part 2. Again, tomorrow's part 3, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks.